Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Vigilante, My Hero Academia Illegals, episode number 9 reaction. Alright, in the previous episode we met a hero called Captain Celebrity. He is an American hero, one of the top American heroes, and he came to Japan because of a few troubles that he had in America. And yeah, he met Koichi. We got to see he's kind of a weird character, like he just not weird I would say, but he's like very much like, oh, if the camera is not rolling I'm not going to help anyone type of character. I don't know what to call them. But like, yeah. And he does like everything for the camera, and he's just a show off, you could say. Like, he does the whole hero thing not because he wants to help people or any other reason. Like, yeah, he just does it all the time to show off and like stuff like that. Now he in the end we get to see that Makoto was actually sent as a spy, or by or hired by his wife to keep an eye on him. And by the end of it, yeah, he ends up getting like recruited in a like a delinquent group as their leader or something. Like it was like as Makoto called it, a brand change. So he doesn't seem very amused by that, but he cannot really do anything in this situation because his wife has his eyes on him. And like or I guess ex-wife, right? I don't remember, like, because she's, I forgot, was it his ex-wife or is his wife? I forgot that. But anyways, it was kind of a funny type of episode, you could say, like, but yeah, like, yeah, he's just like that, I guess. Maybe later on we'll get to see like the better part of him, like the actual hero part of him, because this is barely the beginning. Maybe later on he'll redeem himself, who knows. Anyways, let's see. Oh, and then obviously Koichi's mother is here and wants to, like, get introduced to his girlfriend, so that's another trouble. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to see today. So let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. Oh, so wait, did he tell Makoto? Right. Yep. Gonna cost you. Damn! Fly sweater? That's a quirk? Oh wait, she even, oh my god. She even there were, okay, wait a minute. That was too many things at a very small amount of time. First and foremost, his mother immediately realized that they're lying. Number two, his mother's quirk is fly sweater. Like, what? What are these quirks? Oh my god. So she smacks in the air and she can remotely smack you? That is a quirk. I feel like that is perfect for a mother. Because I don't know, like that is so funny. Oh my god. Right. Fly sweater. Oh. At first I thought they were joking, like, oh, quirk, haha, fly sweater. But then I realized that no, this world has some weird ass quirks. It probably is true. That's her quirk. Oh boy. Okay. Montes. Hey yo. She immediately realized. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Right. Oh, yeah, you should have said something to him. Oh my god. No, no. Oh, that's a actual name. Kazuho. Haneyama. Wait, what? Wait, that's not his real name? Real name? No, no, that is her real name. His mother. Oh no. Oh my god, Mahoto realizes because Pop Step is. No! Stop! Stop! Okay, he actually. Yeah, why are you. I was gonna say. Oh, what the? Um, that's his actual name? Kuroiwa. Well, obviously, he's a person. Networking is key. Wait, what? Civil assistance, non-profit. Oh, you know what? That'll help. And he's not lying. We are vigilantes. Oh my god. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Oh wow, nice. Damn. She is. Oh no, stop! No, 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 no. And she's touching him. Mm, oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's pop steps. Uh, her thing came out. She ran off. She runs like that. Damn. Oh my god. Right. Um, oh no. He's gonna say something very weird. Yeah, what does that mean, even? That's not a compliment? Right. Smacked him. No, that is not a compliment. You need to reevaluate your vocabulary. Yeah. Wow. Oh. Materialistic desire, yeah. Just some remote, remote hitting. Uh, oh, he actually got it. Wow, Tokyo sample. What the hell? What? What's going on here? Why the hell is a cat? Is Good God. Free agent. Okay, what's happening with that cat? Oh, are you for real? What the hell? Even animals? Oh, great. It became a Nekomata. Fantastic. Right, Nekomata. Literally. Well, because it's not a bus anymore. It's a cat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, oh, that means. Right. Yeah. Right. Hmm. I'm surprised at how the hell can this guy swing this far? Duster and a packing tip. So, my god. Oh, Ingenium. Nice. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. Damn, Makoto caught that as well. She's very perceptive. Oh, I see. Because it's a cat. I see. Makes sense. Yeah, because he's luring the cat. Yep. Wait, now what? Oh, okay. Yeah, so other people won't be harmed. That's why I redirected the. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Nice, nice. Yeah. You have to jump from one. Right. Oh, it's our. Okay, I thought there was another villain or something. Good God. Okay, so you don't have to jump. Nice. Yeah. I was coach. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh! Hey! Quick! Oh, he's. Oh, he has his. He has his hoodie. Oh my God. Well, Koichi, it's your. Yes. Um. Hey! No, no, no! Don't. Right. Oh, that's his fuel? I thought it would actually be some fuel or something. I don't know what I expected. It's grape juice or whatever. Orange juice. I was gonna say. Alright, stop it. Now's not the time. Mm, yeah. Nice. Oh my God. Yo, the tails. Yep. Yeah, it's because crueler. He's kind of moving like that so that the cat kind of, because cats are. Yep. Oh, oh my God. Uh, oh my god. Whoa. What? Oh, his thing is out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Grab his tail. I don't know. You know what? Okay, I'll talk about it later. Grab his tail. Come on. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I thought he was going to grab his tail or something. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, how? Oh, really? Damn. I just I think that's more dangerous. Like wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Teach them how to fall safely. Wow, that's a nice. Damn. Well, oh my god, this girl. Yeah. Wow. Bruh. Bruh. Using the scale to. Yeah. No, he can actually fly. That's crazy. Like, not like fly, but. Sad hallucination. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Alright, wow, interesting. I wasn't expecting him to fly. Okay, so wait a minute. I thought his power was reducing friction or something. And that's how he could like slide or something like that. But then uh, so it's like a jet, like a propulsion jet or something? Is that what his like quirk's true nature is? Did they even explain properly what his quirk is? I don't remember. Maybe they did, I just forgot or something. I think they kind of explained it in a very vague manner, right? Like he can like slide across like stuff. So I don't know. I thought he like reduces the friction and that's how he like slides forward or something. That's why he can slide up buildings and stuff because something like. But I guess if it's like a propulsion kind of thing, then how does he slide up like like horizontal vertically? That how does that work then? I don't know. I have no idea how this works. Okay. And there you go. That was today's episode, episode number 9 of My Hero Academia Vigilante. Now, wow, today was quite a good episode. We actually got to see Koichi's, I guess we could say, potential, true potential, which we didn't get to see before, or which his mother knew that he could do it, but like, yeah, he couldn't properly do it. So now he, in time of his need, in very big emergency situations, he can actually do it. Now, I doubt it is like flight. Obviously, it's not normal. He's not flying or anything. It's like a propulsion, like how Bakugo does it, like with a his explosion, like explosive thing. He like zooms past everything. It's kind of like that maybe, but not as strong as Bakugo's, because Bakugo literally like jets across the sky. I've seen him do that so many times. Even though he has no flight quirk, he does that. So I, at least currently, it's not that strong. It's like a very slight, like a very small, like stream of propulsion, like jet thing. But it does its job, I guess. Like he can like float in the sky for at least like maybe like a few minutes or something. That's it. Um, so right now, like I said, I generally don't remember if they properly explain what his quirk does, but I do remember them kind of saying like how his quirk lets him slide across, like was plain land, and also go up like buildings and stuff. So I don't know. I just thought it was something to do with friction or something, and it like gives out like a small little, like a little repelling force. So, oh, I see. Is that how he's flying? He's repelling the air or some. I don't know how you can do that, but because if his power is like repelling the surface, then wait, then how does he? Like, I can understand if he uses that to go across plane surfaces on the ground, because even if you like repel yourself a little bit, the gravity counteracts you, so you're not just going to repel yourself completely and just fly away in the sky, but the gravity keeps you in the ground. But how does he slide across vertical surfaces? That I don't understand really. If it's like repulsion, then yeah, plain land, horizontal land makes sense. He's repelling himself, the gravity is keeping him in position, and he's like maintaining a balance between his repulsion and the Earth's gravity, and that's how he slides across surfaces. That's why he can slide like sideways as well, sideways, vertically, not vertically, sorry, sideways, like in a tangent as well, in a like a corner way as well. He can go. He's like a chess piece, like a queen. He can go forward, backward, side by side, even in like like a diagonal direction as well, like a queen chess piece. He is basically. But that makes sense on the ground. How the hell does he climb across buildings and stuff? I don't understand that. If it's mere purely repulsion, if it's just that, then he would, first and foremost, he would fall flat on his face because of gravity. So it must be it must do something else, right? Now, as for the flight, I think I can kind of explain it, because maybe he's like repulsing the air, and like I don't know, like something like that, and because of that, he can very temporarily float in space and like kind of like use like a jet propulsion kind of thing he can do. But you know, I'm not really sure if that's like what his power truly does. Maybe it has something, some other properties as well, which we don't understand now. Maybe we'll get to know it later. Because yeah, it makes sense, but like going up across buildings still don't make sense if it's just normal repulsion. But anyways, let's wait and see. Right, but Oh, wow, I wasn't expecting he was going to get like a little bit of an upgrade, I guess. Not really an upgrade, I could say, because this was already there with him when he was born. His mom got afraid that he's just going to suddenly fly away someday. He was a little kid, like obviously. Now, here's the thing. I feel like some people might say that, oh, his mother stopped his potential or whatever. But, I feel like as a mother, and when you're at that age, it's a valid concern. Like, your baby can literally fly away wherever. Like, bro, what? Like, at that age, you're none the wiser. You wouldn't know what is correct and what is incorrect. So suddenly one day his mother can come to the room and see that the window was open and he just flew away somewhere as a little toddler. And that must have scared her extremely. And she all the time she smacked him whenever he used to like fly, so that it becomes like a little bit of a like a like a kind of a thing where he's not going to use his flight in fear of getting hit. So he stopped doing it completely because of that. So yeah, so it's a valid fear. Your child can literally, your 2-year-old child can literally fly away somewhere, and you'd be like, bro, what? He was just here a few moments ago. Now he's gone. So yeah, it was a valid fear, and his mother obviously did it so that he just doesn't fly away somewhere, and used to smack him whenever he used to fly, and it became like a thing where he automatically stopped flying because you know, he was afraid of getting smacked, and that kind of continued even as he grew older because um, his mother didn't want him to waste his life just going around helping other people and just not putting the same amount of concern on himself and just like helping out others and all that. Like, yeah, it's good to help out others, but his mother was more practical, more realist. She was like, yeah, you have to do something about yourself first. So you know yeah. And there you go. And that is why I guess he kind of forgot that he can use this to fly. So now in this situation where it's like emergency is literally in like mid-flight, he used it, you know, and it became like a emergency, like a fight or flight type of situation where he was able to bring back that thing, that potential he was able to unlock again, which he kind of forgot because he never really used it from that point onwards. This was a life and death situation, so he just had to do it. You know how they say sometimes in situations where your life is literally in very much danger, you like you are able to do feats that you never thought you would be able to. That kind of situation. Right. Okay, and there you go. That is what happened. So, oh, another big thing. Now Makoto knows that Koichi is the crueler. She literally has proof in front of her. So it's kind of funny because how many episodes was this? This is the second episode, right? After Makoto met Koichi and tried to prove that he's the crueler. Yeah, the cat's already out of the bag. It's barely been 2 episodes after that, and she already knows. Right. Okay. Now there you go. That was this episode. Other than that, today we had a few things. For example, Koichi bringing in Makoto to, pose as his girlfriend, and his mother immediately was like, "Ah, nah, you in no way are you capable enough to have a girlfriend like this. So yeah, you're lying." Immediately, within like 2 minutes of the introduction. Um, Also, like I said, it was hilarious realizing how what his mother's quirk was, flies. Oh my god, the fly swatter. Oh, right. Wait, so I do wonder what his father's quirk is because the children's quirk kind of resemble their parents' quirk because like yeah, like in My Hero Academia we saw that like how the parents, like your previous generation, their quirks are kind of like a inferior version to whatever your quirk is in this generation. You know, the whole I forgot the name that they used to use. You know, the whole theory of quirk getting stronger and stronger every single generation. Like, you know, like where we have like certain characters in My Hero Academia, their parents having like very basic quirks, like, you know, like telekinesis, like small little, like, you know, Inko, like Midoriya's mother used to, I think her power was telekinesis, right? Like a very small amount, like she could just lift stuff here and there. And his father's quirk apparently was something related to heat or something. I don't remember. I've forgotten completely what Midoriya's parents' quirks were. But it was like something very basic, very small. While we have the current generation, the generation in My Hero Academia, where the quirks were pretty damn crazy, you know. So it gets stronger and stronger every single generation, and each children's quirk are kind of connected to what their parents' quirk are, kind of. So her, you know, Koichi's mother has fly swatter. I do wonder if his father has some kind of a quirk which can, like, you know, I don't know, like something related to repulsion or sliding, maybe something. So yeah, who knows? Anyways, maybe we'll get to know later. For now, we don't really know. Either way, so yeah, his that was that. And then we had Pop Step coming. Oh, today we actually got to know the real names of the two characters that we have, you know, that we know. What was Pop Step's name? Kazuho or something like that. What was her name? Just a minute. Just a minute. Oh, here we go. Kazuho Haneyama. Okay, so and then the Knuckle Duster's name is, what was his name? He gives him the business card. Kuroiwa. So wait, so what does he do? Oh no, that was a fake card, I think. Because he said something about NGO, like, you know, like a non-profit organization kind of. Okay, civil assistance. Naruhata area represent. Is that real or is that fake? I genuinely have no idea. Like, it can be real because, you know, who know, maybe his real job is actually this. So, or maybe he just made this whole thing up or something. I have no idea if this is real or not. But he used this to kind of tell Koichi's mom that, oh, you know, like these two, they like help me out and, you know, stuff like that. So that kind of helped us out, you know, because we had to tell something to Koichi's mother that, oh, this is what I've been doing. Okay, now here you can see his mother was saying something like, oh, like he's like wasting his life and everything, you know, like helping others out and all that, not trying not to do something for himself. At which Kazuo Popstep kind of got a little bit, you know, like bothered, and she was like, no, like, you know, and his mom was like, what? What are you saying? Say it clearly. And she got afraid and she ran away. Oh boy. But anyways, and yeah, so there you go. That was that. Now, other than that, we had yeah, Hachika up to no good again, using a cat to test whatever the hell she's testing, using those things. Like like how much testing does she need to do? This is like the ninth episode. She's just messing with everyone using the trigger to like get data records, I guess, and submit them to All for One. That's what she's doing. And now she's using a freaking cat. Great. Um. Okay. So right, and there you go. That was that. Later on, Ingenium also comes in, but Makoto saves the day. Not Makoto, sorry. Koichi saves the day, saves Makoto, and we also get to know from his mother how his actual quirk was like to kind of fly. So his mother smacked him because she was afraid of him just flying away someday and not returning. So, you know, it became like a thing for him where he just stopped flying completely because of that. But now, in times of emergency, he reawakened that, or he remembered that kind of, and he used his quirk to save Makoto. Okay. Now all he has to do is kind of, I guess, fine tune it, and right, because like you can see here, Koichi again kind of is not able to do it. He's floating, but he's like floating like 5 or 6 centimeters, as like Pop Step said. So Koichi is like, no, this is not really what I did. I actually was flying for a moment. So it's not just some very simple thing. This will actually help him quite a bit. Like if he can slide and then kind of glide, like, oh, his quirk's name is slide and glide, right? Yeah, he can slide, glide, and then fly as well, and then again slide. That will help him a lot to maneuver a lot of different situations. Like, can you imagine, like, you're just sliding away, and then suddenly there's like a, I don't know, like a whole crevice in front of you, like no land or nothing, and you're just sliding out, and then if you can properly fly a little bit as well, you fly for a little bit and then kind of go and reach, when you reach land, you start sliding again. Like it is going to help you immensely. Like he can probably like do maneuvers in such a different way. It's going to help him in such a way that he never was able to do, using this flying, a little flying power. I don't think it's completely flying. I doubt he can fly completely like Nana, like Shimura used to fly. I doubt he's possible of doing that. But it is something like he can like glide for a little bit, like in the sky for like at least like, I don't know, like 10-20 seconds maybe. That in itself will be very helpful, because he can do stuff that he was never able to do up until now, because up until now he was just connected to the land. Now he can like do a little bit, have a little bit of air time, and then again use that to kind of connect to the land again. And he can basically, he can do a lot of new things now. Like his mobility will get very much expanded in this way. So yeah, I guess he need to train it so that he can do some crazy stunts midair. Oh boy. Right. Okay, right, and there you go. Now, hmm, but now, Koichi's mother went back, and she's like, all right, like she gave her the people here, like Makoto, Pop Step, and Knuckle Duster. She gave them like the response. She was like, oh, please take care of my son. Right, and there you go. Right, and yeah, that was today's episode. I didn't think there was anything else today. Um, okay. Oh, another thing. I didn't realize. Like I didn't get realize that Ingeniums like refuels by drinking like fruit juice. Makes sense. Like I don't know what I thought when they said refuel. I thought he's actually going to drink petrol or something like that. I genuinely thought that. So then I was like, okay, never mind. It's just fruit juice. Makes sense. Right. But anyways, yeah, that was Ingenium helped us out quite a bit as well. So all in all, it was a success. The saving the people over there was a success. Hmm. And yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. That was my overall impressions for today. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we see Makoto come in, and Koichi was like, "Oh, thank you so much, Makoto." And Koichi's mom's like, "Oh my God, what a nice girl! You are so collected. You're so calm. You're so nice. You're definitely not dating my son." Immediately. Oh boy, and he just swats like and smacks his head. And I was baffled. I was like, what the hell type of quirk is this? You like what the hell, remote control, like remote like smack, like you're smacking someone remotely. She's just like smacking the air and Koichi is getting hit. Wow. Yeah, this is a funny quirk. Oh god. Right. Anyways, after that, Makoto was like, "Oh, don't worry, like I'm taking care of your son, like studies and everything. So he's okay. He'll be okay at school. You don't have to worry about that." And his mom is like, "Oh my God, you're so nice. I know you're not dating him, but would you consider getting married to him?" Immediately. And she's like, "Oh, I'll consider it." And this is so funny. At that moment, Popstep comes in already, and I'm like, "Hello, you could have at least told Koichi that what, maybe I can act as your girlfriend or something." She she said nothing to him, and she just came, and then she was like, "Oh my God, Makoto's here." So yeah, it was a very big weird misunderstanding. But Koichi's like, "All right, you know what? The cat's out of the bag. It is, I cannot fake this whole thing. So at least let my mother think that I'm decently popular in school. So so that she can go back home, you know, all relieved or something. That my son is doing okay." Right. And then comes in Knuckle Duster as well. And Knuckle Duster was like, pretty. He said he went somewhere. I genuinely thought he actually, like, came here in this, like, with like a suit and everything. Because, I don't know. I thought he genuinely, like, like wanted to help Koichi because his mother's going to come and, like, help him out, explain his situation. But then I remembered and I realized, I was like, how the hell would he know that Koichi's mother is coming? The only person who knew that Koichi's mother is coming was Koichi, who got to know it later because he didn't, like he didn't get the message, and and Popstep. These two were the only ones who knew that his mother is coming. So Knuckle Duster had no way of knowing that his mother is here. So he actually had gone somewhere and he came back here in the same dress, and it was like a very weird coincidence. But it kind of helped them out because Knuckle Duster came in and he kind of like gave them the business card, and he was like, "Oh, we are this organization that helps people out and everything. Your son and this girl here, we are like part of a team." And so something like that. So it kind of explained what he was doing. So community cleanup, neighborhood patrol, and he wasn't lying. We are literally doing that. you know Community cleanup, obviously cleaning up the villains, and patrol, obviously patrolling the streets, keeping everyone safe, that kind of thing. Okay, so immediately Makoto's head is like constantly going around the fact that she's like, yeah, these three are definitely vigilantes. I need to somehow like prove that. So immediately she's like, oh, you look quite strong. You seems like you were like some kind of a soldier or like a hero or something. And she starts like like grabbing his muscles and everything. And he's like, and obviously she probably is trying to see if he was lying or something using her polygraph. But her mother, Koichi's mother, was like, "Oh, stop all of that. Like no more hero talk. My son always does that." And his mother here says, like, like my son used to just go around helping others, like without regarding for his own safety. Like there was a time when he lost, like he didn't give an exam because of that, and Popstep immediately kind of felt a little bit of guilt over there. But when she kept saying that, Popstep was like, no, like, like don't say that. And his mother was like, what? You have something to say? Tell me in front of my face. And Popstep gets afraid and ran away. Anyways, they tell Koichi to go and catch up with her and at least compliment her because she took her time to come here dressed up and everything. Koichi tries to do that and fails miserably. He says something about like, oh, you look like you were in a hurry or something. But yeah, so that's that. And then they go shopping. Makoto and his mother, Koichi's mother, are shopping. Koichi buys another All Might hoodie, and yeah, so there you go. Later, as they were going on a bus, in comes the cat, the triggered cat. You know, you know, the cat had the trigger in him, So yeah, and the cat transforms the bus into like a demon cat, like a Nekomata, and the bus starts going crazy. Knuckles sees that. At first, he was like, "Oh, let's leave these to the pros," but then he saw that Koichi is there, so he's like, "Oh no!" So he contacts Pop Step, and both of them go and try to isolate the cat in a place where there's at least no traffic, no ordinary people will get hurt. They were able to successfully do that using the little cat toy thing. And then Ingenium also comes in, breaks into the bus and goes in, and Engineering Steam comes in. That other bus comes in, and they're like helping evacuate everyone to the other bus. Everything is going like very smoothly, but then at this exact moment, we see Hachika realizing that this is not going to work. So he pushes in more trigger into the cat, and the cat goes even more crazy. And this time, they were moving fast towards the broken, like the bridge. So yeah, Koichi and Ingenium like loses like fuel, that has no fuel left. So Koichi goes and refuels him, gives him like the fruit juice. Here you can see his mother was like, "Oh, leave this to the pro," but Koichi was like, "No, this is not the time to say stuff like that. I can help them, so I'm going to help them." So he goes and helps out Ingenium. Then he acts as a decoy for the cat. Ingenium goes in and like tries to help, but he cannot really get in. So Koichi goes and jumps into the bus, and when he comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm here," his covering is just gone completely, and Makoto's literally like, "Oh my God, Koichi." Here's the thing. I never understand this whole thing about like heroes putting on some basic covering on their mouth or on their eyes and expecting people to not recognize them. Bro, we know it's you. Like, you think that one little mask is going to save you from your identity getting exposed? Yeah, people who don't know you might not recognize you because they don't know you. But people like Makoto and people who personally know you, automatically will know that this is you. So Makoto kind of realized from the very beginning that the crueler is actually Koichi, but because the whole lie detection didn't work, that's why she was confused. She was like, "What the hell is this? My lie detection is never wrong. So is he really not the crueler or something?" And it kind of made her like question her own knowledge. So yeah, that's why it took Makoto this long to properly connect the dots, because otherwise it's so damn obvious. This is like some Team Rocket disguise. Like every single episode in Pokemon, Team Rocket used to come in one of the most obvious disguises, and lo and behold, nobody in the anime could recognize them at all. And I'm like, it's so funny because I remember when I was a kid, I was like, as a kid, I was like, what the hell is this? It's so blatantly obvious this is Team Rocket. They just put on a mustache and they think that nobody can recognize them. I'm like, wow. What? So yeah, this is like a common theme in animes and hero shows where they put on one of the most basic of the basic disguises and nobody can recognize them in some miracle. Oh boy. But anyways, this time Koichi's whole face is like visible now. So immediately Makoto recognized him and she's like, "Oh my God, Koichi." And yeah, but now it's not really the time for like disguises and stuff. They're literally crashing and they're going to like go off a bridge. So Koichi now, you know he's like, okay, he grabs onto Makoto, jumps from it, and he did a very good job. He kind of slid past the on top of the bus, and then jumped so that he can get like an extra like foothold. And he was going to grab Ingenium's hand, but I think it didn't work, right? Yeah, he slid across the bus, leapt onto him, but couldn't grab him. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, I said that I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to go back a little bit. You know that section where where Ingenium was like, "Oh, what should I do? Should I use that? That overdrive thing that he uses." But he was like, "But if I use this, I'm going to be out of commission for a lot of days." Like he was like questioning himself, and here you can see Koichi again takes the initiative. he is like, I'm going in, and he doesn't even think of whether he'll be injured, whether he'll be hurt, what else is going to happen. He just goes in. And this is what we know, like what All Might said, like this is the most important quality of a hero, is where your body starts moving on your own. Like every hero has this in some way or the other, but some has it in a higher way, and that's how much hero potential you have to be a proper hero. Like anyone can be strong, anyone can fight villains, but being a hero is different. Being a hero is where you help people, and your desire to help people is so much that you will do crazy stuff like this, where you'll not even think of the consequence and just jump into the danger itself, just so that you can help the other person. And Deku has shown this quality before. Koji has shown this quality multiple times. We've seen this so many times, you know and I feel like in that sense this show is, at least currently, it's staying very true to the whole hero thing, where we are seeing situations like this. My Hero Academia, like Deku's story, did have this for quite a while, but then it just started like going in the direction of just fighting strong villains, and that's it. you know so I feel like it became more and more, like as time went in My Hero Academia, it became more like a fight strong villains, defeat them, more strong villain comes in, defeat them kind of thing. It started going that direction instead of being a proper hero, like like an anime where the true essence of a hero is tested multiple times. This show, at least like for now at least, and this is barely the first season, is still staying true to that. It's like these are actual heroes. They're like actually showing, like in certain situations, like, oh, in this situation what would a hero do. So that kind of thing. So I feel like, and because of the nature of this show, I feel like this show will probably be able to retain this quality of it, of being a true hero show, not just fight villains and become like go into like shonen territory. Just, oh, like fight villain, gets strong, strong villain comes in, fight strong villain again, get even stronger. This continues over and over again. Instead of that, I do hope that this story stays a lot more, truer to its true thing. That is, this is an actual hero story. And anyways, I went on a tangent, but this section, this thing where Koichi literally just jumped into danger again, I think this made Ingenium realize that, yeah, why was I like just twiddling my thumbs? Like he was actually deliberate. He was thinking like, oh, should I use my power? Should I use my otherwise I'll get out of commission and everything. While Koichi at that same time jumped into the danger immediately without even thinking. And probably seeing him like that, Ingenium himself kind of realized that he should have taken action as well. So that's why he immediately, next scene we see, Ingenium uses his ability, his what was it called? He called it overdrive or something. Just a minute. It's not over yet. Engine mod. Here we go. Right. Hyper acceleration. So yeah, this was what he was thinking. Should I use this? I'm going to go out of commission for a few days. But then seeing Koichi just literally jump into it, he probably realized that, yeah. And I don't know. I just think that seeing someone in front of you doing something like that made Ingenium, kind of do it himself. So it's like like everyone has this hero in them who are a hero, but like I said, some has it in a higher amount than others, and Koichi has it in an extreme amount, even though he doesn't really have enough quirk to back him up for that. But this quality of him makes others beside him like realize and jump into action themselves. It motivates them, you could say, something like that. Anyways, but yeah, in this time when he still, I was not able to grab hold onto Ingenium, they were falling. Koichi's quirk was actually what he was able to do before, that is fly a little bit. He can do it now again, and he starts like gliding across the sky. And then his mother is saying, to Knuckle Duster, that he used to be able to fly. So when he was a baby, he'd float through the air before he landed to stand up. That's crazy. So his mother got afraid, obviously, like he can just fly away through the window. Like you can see that he's literally flying away through the window. And his mother's like in the room and she's like, oh my god, stop, and smacks him. So she's like, I started slapping him to make him stop, and that is why, it looks like he's gotten to where there's not enough to stop him anymore. And yeah, like now he's like again just flying. And this is where Knuckles says, like, as like as a grown up, as an adult, yeah, children obviously are going to start flying away again. Well, no, it's flying away when they are capable of doing. They are going to leave their nest. As an adult, as a grown up, it is our duty to make sure that when they fall in a, like a. We need to teach them how to fall properly or something like that. He says. Where is that part? Where is that section? Here we go. The best we can hope is to teach them how to fall safely. Yeah. Okay. Does Knuckle Duster have a kid or something? Because I don't know. This scene really kind of made me think that maybe he also has a child or someone. Maybe something happened to that child. Maybe that's why he. Because I don't know. I just get the feeling whenever I see him that he has some kind of a sad past that he still hasn't. Obviously, it's barely the start, which we don't know, and they'll reveal it later. So there is a possibility that maybe he had some kind of like he had like a child or something, and something happened to that kid, and that is why he's like taken justice in his own hands, doing this vigilantism because he doesn't want the same thing happening to others, or something like that. Maybe I would say. Um, yeah, because this scene really made me think because the way he was saying at that point, like, oh, like as this part, no matter how much parents worry, there comes a time when children fly off on their own. The best we can do is teach them how to fall safely. Yeah. So this scene makes me think that he probably had like a child or something, and maybe something happened to his child, and yeah, that's why some kind of a past like that. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so then there you go. That's that. Next, we see mom is leaving. Coach is like, "Oh my god, you're leaving, mom," and she's like, "Shut up! Don't say stuff that you don't even mean." you. And then his mom is like, "Oh, please, like like take care of Koichi." And she tells Makoto that, "Oh, can you like please consider like, but would you still give my boy a serious chance?" Makoto's like, "Oh, I'll think about it." But I guess you could say Mahoto was kind of blushing this time, I guess, unlike all the previous other times. So maybe that whole section kind of made an impression on her. Koichi saving her and everything. Because yeah, she never really blushed up until now. She was blushing really this time. Popster was like just pissed off. Oh god. Anyways, next we see Koichi doing the training, and he's like going up like 3 centimeters or something. No, wait, not 3 centimeters. How much was that? Just a minute. 30 centimeters. Okay, 3 centimeters would be very less. So 30 centimeters he was getting up. But coach is like, I kind of floated for a minute, like, yeah, I do wonder what that was. Maybe that was some kind of a miracle of the hoodie that I was wearing. Right, and that's where it ended. So yeah, good episode. That was really nice. I enjoyed it. So yeah, that was my reaction to episode number 9 of Vigilante My Hero Academia Illegals. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia Vigilante. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.